At this hour is a secret plea deal in the works for Arias to avoid death row, to get simple life behind bars and then walk in 20 short years. You just heard the county attorney saying that he has an ethical duty to consider an offer of life behind bars. Straight out to Alexis Weed on the story. Alexis, what's going on? I thought no way, no deal, no how.
Yeah, we don't know the answer to that right now, Nancy. It could be. Could there be a plea deal in the works for Jodi Arias? We are now sitting here today just about 2 weeks away from when the preliminary hearing is scheduled for that another trial that is supposed to go on to see if Jodi Arias will get the death penalty, and that's scheduled for June 20th. So we're coming up right on it, and we're all waiting to see what is going to happen. Will these attorneys be prepared on June 20th to go forward, and will the county attorney say, yes, we are going forward with another trial?
Well, it's my understanding out to you, Matt Zarrell, that Wilmot has already begged off that day. It's not going forward then.
Yeah, apparently from our research, Jennifer Wilmot does have a conflict on the trial date of July 18th. But as Alexis mentioned, there is a status conference on June 20th. So that is when they may talk about a new date. But as of now, the state plans to go forward unless the defense presents a reasonable plea deal.
Unleash Your Lawyer is joining me tonight. Jason Oceans, defense attorney out of New York. Harold Rodriguez, defense attorney, former Fed with the FBI out of Miami. So, Rodriguez, everybody's denying that the deal is in the works. But is it? We are getting reports that there is a deal on the table for a simple life that she could walk in 20 short years. Is it possible?
Very possible. I mean, the state has until June 20th to decide if they're going to reconvene another jury, go through the entire process, not knowing if it's going to hang again, and spending millions of dollars. This is something that is very reasonable and is ordinary in the course of business. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not accepted by both parties.
Let me ask you a question, Hugo. Hugo,
yes.
How many death penalty cases have you tried?
I have tried none, but I've been involved in several where we were able to negotiate a life and spare the person's death.
Okay, so I firmly believe that when you announce as a prosecutor that this is a death penalty case, you know, you don't just wake up one morning and when you're brushing your teeth to look in the mirror and go, hey, you know that murder case I was going to try? I think it should be a death penalty. That's not the way it goes down, Jason Oceans. A lot of thought and usually committees involved to determine if a case is going to be a death penalty prosecution. So why would you just because of one jury take it off the table? Oceans?
Listen, Nancy, the reality is that this was already tried as a death penalty case, as you said. They committed it. They worked it through. The jury got deadlocked on the aggravation phase. And now you're faced, as Hugo says, with the decision of going back in and expending public monies to try and, you know, satisfy the pound of flesh and get her death.
You know, I don't know what you mean by satisfy the pound of death. What did you say, pound of flesh?
Pound of flesh. I mean, listen, when
what are you talking about, a pound of flesh?
The death penalty is
the
flesh.
Answer my question.
I'm answering your question.
I'm
talking about taking her life versus being able to work it out.
Flesh.
That's what it is when you take someone's life.
Work it out. Really, work it out.
That's what it is, Nancy.
Work it out. It sounds like you're like sitting around a bridge table. Like a bunch of little old ladies sitting around a bridge table, and they're going to work through
Nancy, I'm not saying it's that way.
BS, you can't work it out. He was stabbed 29 times and shot in the head.
But they hung on that 8-4 decision of the penalty, Nancy, and now they have to look at trying it again. Well, that's a decision.
In the Menendez case, the first time they had a mistrial.
Nancy, deals
the next time they convicted?
Nancy, deals are cut all the time. You know that, and this is another deal.
Have you ever had a mistrial?
Sure.
Ever?
Absolutely.
Hugo, have you ever had a mistrial?
Yes, yes.
Me too. I've had one mistrial. I've had a mistrial. I immediately retried the case and got a conviction. I got a mistrial because I called the defendant a pimp in opening statements, and he wasn't charged with pimping. So I had it re-indicted to include a misdemeanor charge of pimping and went forward and called him a pimp in the next opening statement.
Nancy, here you have a conviction.
So what? They mistried on death penalty. Well, hold on. Bring it down. Let's find out what's really happening. Back out to you, Alexis Weed. We heard the county. Wait. Put the lawyers back up. Oceans and Rodriguez. Put them up. Do you know what today is, Rodriguez?
Today is the 5th anniversary of the death.
Right.
Today is the 5th anniversary of the murder of Travis Alexander's slaughter. All right? That's what today is.